A PlayStation Plus monthly game leaks, Sony registered new trademarks for one of its mascots, PS5 expected to dominate the US market through 2025, and Ed Boon discusses the issues with creators streaming Mortal Kombat. All that and more in today's PlayStation news. Let's get to them. Sony is expected to announce the September monthly games for all PS Plus users this Wednesday, but a new leak has given us an early look. The leak comes from the usual source for PS Plus leaks user Bill Kun from D-Labs forums, so the source is reliable. According to them, Saints Row for PS4 and PS5 will be the title leading next month's lineup, to be officially announced this August 30th, with games available on Tuesday, September 5th. Saints Row was received poorly among critics when it was released in August last year, with the overall consensus being the reboot had fun missions, gunplay and great customization options, but offered an empty world with bugs affecting the overall experience. Volition, the studio in charge of Saints Row, was committed to fixing the game, delivering several patches after launch, plus free content, and its third paid DLC having launched last August. What do you think of this being one of the titles for next month? Voice your opinion in the comments. Next, one of Sony's mascots may be ready for a new title given a recent development with a trademark filing. We're talking about Astrobot, and Gematsu found out the platform holder has registered 2 trademarks in Europe for the mascot on August 25th. The trademarks are tagged as video game or computer software, entertainment services, video on demand and motion pictures among many others. This tag doesn't point out to any specific game being in the works, but rather Sony is still working with the character for future projects. Developer Team Asobi is currently hard at work on what they describe as the most ambitious game yet, which required them to double their staff. Astro's Playroom launch included on PS5 and the character also featured on an impressive PSVR game. Given PSVR 2 lacks backward compatibility, the studio could be working on a port or a sequel to any of these titles. In the previous video we explored how PS5 could possibly continue leading the European and UK markets given another price drop promotion, and now a Cercana study gives us an idea of what to expect in the US. The overall picture is the market has now set a growing trend given the improved and stabilized supply of new generation hardware and the constant release of blockbuster titles. That's after several years of ups and downs. Supply constraints affected Sony a lot during the PS5 launch, but it began to improve in July last year, and compared to its last-gen siblings, PS5 is now trending 5% above PS4 and 87% over PS3 when time-aligned. Competitors are also performing well, with the Xbox Series being 10% behind Xbox One but 6% ahead of Xbox 360, and Switch surpassing Wii's US lifetime sales, trailing the Xbox 360 by less than 1 million and PS2 by less than 5, with a stellar 2023 due to Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. The constant release of blockbuster titles is another positive as it helps offset the declines in the mobile, add-on and subscription markets, with consumers preferring digital over physical discs. Subscriptions were growing by double digits through 2020 and 2021, given the appearance of new offerings, limited new releases, and consumers having more time due to the pandemic, but according to Cercana that growth has plateaued. Slow cloud gaming adoption, subscription fatigue, a strong release calendar, and available spending were listed as reasons for this slowdown. Sony said in their fiscal year 23 Q1 report they wouldn't be disclosing PS Plus numbers, and if we go back to their fiscal year 22 report, the service only grew by 2% against Q3, and it was flat against fiscal year 21. So they are experiencing this flat line in new subscriptions, and on the Microsoft side they also don't report subscriber numbers for Game Pass, so it could very well be the same story. As for accessories, they spiked in 2020 thanks to headsets given work from home adoption, and later managed to grow by 2% with replacement plans and hardware availability. High-end controllers like DualSense Edge and Xbox Elite are also a highlight here, and despite this segment declining in 2022, it's expected to align more to hardware in 2023 and beyond. As a result of all of this, Cercana expects the US game market to end this year with 3% growth and a total of $58.3 billion, with PS5 keeping its lead and even further into 2025. They also look forward to this holiday season being a very competitive one, with a full stock of hardware and many new big titles to play. One of those big titles is the upcoming Mortal Kombat 1 launching this September 14 for PS5, Xbox Series and Switch. Franchise creator and creative director Ed Boon spoke to IGN about the game's issues for creators who are unable to monetize content on streaming and video platforms like YouTube and Twitch. Boon said, and I quote, Let's say we had a mode that turned off all the blood or something, or didn't have fatalities or something like that. Part of the definition of Mortal Kombat is those things. And so to strip away an entire layer of it, do we really want that to be the main representation that is of the game online? He further added he's always thinking of ways they can keep the spirit of the game while also allowing streamers to show and make content on it, but that's the dilemma they currently have. Moving on, Red Dead Redemption series writer Michael Unsworth has left Rockstar after a long 16-year tenure with the company. This was picked up by a GTA forum user who noticed the change in Unsworth's LinkedIn profile. The writer also got to work previously in other Rockstar titles such as GTA 4, 5, Max Payne 3, L.A. Noire, and more. This is the latest in high-profile departures from the studio following GTA veteran writer Laszlo Jones and creative director Dan Houser in 2020, and Rockstar North president Leslie Benzies in 2016. Rockstar is believed to be launching the next GTA game within the next 18 months, but the studio has also been heavily criticized after launching buggy remasters for the GTA trilogy and an underwhelming conversion for Red Dead Redemption. Not much on new release date, but we have sort of a confirmation for an upcoming 2K Games remaster. You may remember The Darkness from the PS3 and Xbox 360 era, developed by Starbreeze and released in 2007. Night Dive Studio CEO Stephen Kidd replied to a fan on Twitter who asked for a remaster or PC port, saying that the game is on the list. Night Dive announced last week at Gamescom they will be bringing back Turok and Star Wars Dark Forces for all current platforms, so it's great they are on a crusade for game preservation. And those are the PlayStation stories for today. What are your thoughts on them? Let us know in the comments below, give this video a thumbs up or down to let me know your feedback, check out more content you may like as well, and subscribe for more on PlayStation. Thank you so much for watching, my name is Joseph, this is Hype for Games, and let's get hype!